Hey guys, Space Marine 658 here. Today we're going to be going over how to actually enable large world coordinates. This is a new system built into Unreal Engine that allows you to have much larger worlds, basically unrestricted within the new version. At least it is very unrestrictive. You can go pretty far before you start noticing issues. So we're going to show real quick how to implement that, as well as we're going to go over the performance differences. I'm going to show you two videos, one of which is going to be sped up for time, but basically it's going to be how far away you can get before you start noticing these same issues. So let's go ahead and start off here. So what you're going to want to do upon loading in Unreal Engine 5, now this is an actual project, this is my own personal game, which you can check out my devlogs for. But this is my own personal game, so you can get a real world sort of look at how this sort of system works. So as it is right now, as you can see here, this is a real game. So what you want to do is, you may not have this setting here, so let me actually close it. A lot of times when I upgraded to Unreal Engine 5, a lot of windows got closed. I don't know about the default, but I moved from 4.27 to 5, so a lot of windows weren't quite open, at least the way I had them previously. So what you want to do to actually get to the setting is you want to come up here to Window, and you're going to come all the way down here to World Settings, and this is where all of your settings for baking, lighting, and everything all sit, as well as some level options as well. And then in here, you're going to want to scroll all the way down to, you'll see a tab labeled World, and in here you'll see Enable Large Worlds. Now, according to them, this is the alternative to actually setting a large world max. This is technically not considered stable in that this is not the correct alternative. What they actually recommend is, if you go to the documentation, there's actually explicit settings you can set in your C++ code labeled world max and then enable large worlds. These allow you to set more of an exact distance. They said that, I believe by default, let's see here. Yeah, so if you don't select this option, by default, when you click it, yes, it is set to 21 kilometers. But you'll want to set the UE, so Unreal Engine, use UE4 World Max set to 0. So you're not using the World Max anymore, which means that this will actually set the World Max volume our value to approximately 88 million kilometers, according to the documentation. I've found that, at least in actual terms of use, that enable large worlds right here is just fine. You'll see just as good a performance as actually going in and manually setting, and this is a heck of a lot easier. Now, of course, this comes with stability, so if you're an indie developer, definitely go ahead and check marks it. But if you were, working in a AAA studio, which if you are, I don't know why you're watching these videos, but on the off chance you are, I wouldn't recommend using this. There's more stable options. So let's go ahead and take a look here. So with my current game, it is a space game. This is sort of where Unreal Engine is going to be able to leverage this large world the most, in my opinion, because as you can see here, I've got the camera settings set really high, but I've got these worlds pretty far spaced out. I'm actually, thanks to this new update, I'll be actually able to push these even further away so I can make them a little bit more realistic to scale. But the way it currently works is that as you get far away, you will start to notice some instability, and I'm going to start showing the two videos right here sped up. I believe the short one is about 2 minutes long, but I'm actually going to cut it off and stop it where I start running into those issues. But as you can see, once you get close to the border that was previously set in Unreal Engine 4, you start noticing some instability in the physics, maybe the graphics. So for example, for me, it's most of the graphics. So as you get far enough away, and I'll actually have the actual distance I traveled in Unreal Engine units down below each of the videos. But as you get far enough away from the actual origin point, not from where you spawn your character, your ship, but the actual origin point of the world, so the 000, you'll notice instability. And what this large worlds does is it actually gives you a 64-bit double precision. I believe they call it. It's just called a double precision data variant types. So basically, what this means, instead of the normal 32-bit that we've been using in Unreal Engine 4, this gives us 64-bit, which doesn't sound like a huge increase if you don't know much about programming. But basically what this means is every variable is that much more precise. So even when you get really far away, it allows for all of the placement and origins and rotations of all objects to be much more precise, which is extremely handy for long distances, because as you get further away, those numbers get higher. You can end up with what is known as, what do they call it in the actual software engineering? I should know this, I'm a software engineer. But essentially you go over the maximum limit. My brain's a little fried today. You go over the maximum limit of that actual data type, and you'll end up getting, overflow errors and things like that. And that's part of what causes the instability as you get far away. And as you can see, this video on the right hand over here, or well, yeah, your right hand, my left hand, was sped up to match this video. And it is significantly farther here. I'm going to have the actual numbers here. I don't have them right in front of me because I need to actually edit those videos to sync them up. But it's significantly farther before there's even a slight amount of instability. And from what I can tell, the instability is actually mostly with the physics side, not with the graphical side, which was actually an issue in Unreal Engine 4. It was more graphic side. The physics would be fine for a good little while, but the actual graphics would act up. So sort of shaders and things would kind of bug out. But with this, it's significantly more improved. And from what I understand, there are some tweaks that you can do in the C++ code to make it so that you can shift the world origin point, which is a little tougher. But for those of you who want an even bigger world, this just basically makes that so much easier. So even if you do end up shifting the world origin point, you can do it with this, and it'll extend how long you can go before you need to shift it. So, I believe that is it. If you have any other questions, you want to subscribe, definitely go ahead and do that below. I am still taking names for ships, so if anyone wants a ship named after them, make sure to leave a comment down below with what you'd like the ship's name to be. But otherwise, good luck and good hunting.